In the wild, danger often strikes without warning, and survival depends on split-second decisions. When a lion was attacked by a deadly swarm of killer bees, one man made an unthinkable choice. He rushed to help. What unfolded next was a breathtaking moment of courage, trust, and the unexpected. Beneath the relentless Tanzanian sun, the savanna stretches endlessly, an ocean of gold and dust. Acacia trees stand like ancient sentinels, their gnarled branches casting rare pools of shade upon the parched earth. In this vast, shimmering wilderness, silence reigns, not as peace, but as suspense. From the distant horizon, a figure emerges, majestic and deliberate. Nuka. Scared by time and crowned with a mane faded by age, he is no longer the swift warrior of his youth, yet his presence still commands deep reverence. Known by many names, but to those who understand the rhythm of these lands, he is simply the silent king. With each heavy step, it's as if the very earth remembers him, and him alone. He searches not for prey, but for relief from the heat, from the weight of age, and from the long burden of rule. At last, he finds refuge beneath an ancient acacia tree and collapses with a weary sigh, unaware that fate has led him into hidden danger. Beneath the cracked bark and twisted roots, a nest of African wild bees lies in wait. The ground stirs ominously. At first, it is subtle, just a tremble, a rustle, like dry leaves caught in a breeze. But then from the shadowed hollow, where Nuka's great body rests, comes the first sting, sharp, precise, a warning. He flinches at another sting, then another. Within seconds, the earth seems to explode. Beneath him, a swarm rises, furious, unified, relentless. These are not ordinary bees. They're prolific, Africanized. Bees are feared across the continent for their aggression. They do not merely defend. They attack with purpose. Even large predators, even kings, are not safe in their wrath. Nuka does not flee. He remains where he lies. Disoriented centuries of instinct, whisper, run, but age has dulled his reactions, and pride perhaps roots him to the spot. The swarm envelopes him with thousands of bodies, crawling, stinging, clinging. His mane becomes a shroud. His golden eyes swell shut. His great frame trembles within involuntary spasms, but he does not roar. There is no sound, only the furious hum of wings, the violent rhythm of nature asserting its dominance. And so the savanna watches as its king suffers not beneath tooth or claw, but beneath the storm of wings, no larger than a fingernail across the sweltering plain, where mirages blur the horizon and dust clings to every breeze. A lone vehicle hums gently through the grass. Inside, Gabriel scans the land with seasoned eyes, young yet shaped by the rhythms of the wild. He's a ranger not just by duty, but by devotion. He slows down because something isn't right far ahead. A form stirs in the grass, too large for an antelope, too erratic for calm grazing. He lifts his binoculars, the glass revealing a sight he can scarcely comprehend. At first, it appears Nuka is under siege, perhaps by younger lions challenging a weakened king. But as the wind shifts and sunlight glints off a mass in motion, Elias sees the truth, not predators, not rivals, but bees, thousands of them. A living cloak of black and gold, revving and pulsing, has engulfed the lion's body. The great mane, once a crown of pride, now teems with fury. Gabriel's heart races. This is no ordinary incident. The swarm could kill the lion in minutes. He knows that, and yet, in the heart of chaos, Mambo lies motionless, fighting, not with tooth and claw, but with breath and will. Gabriel brings the jeep to a halt, dust swirling around the tires, the engine idling, but his thoughts are anything but still. He reaches behind his seat and retrieves two things: a small canister of smoldering smoke and an old carved staff gifted to him years ago by Maasai elders, a symbol of protection and courage. He knows the risk. He's seen what these bees can do, but something deeper calls him forward. He steps out to the vehicle and into the heart of the swarm. The bees are furious, tiny bodies darting, stingers ready. They surround him, instantly drawn to the heat, the movement, the trespass. But Gabriel does not swat or panic. He begins a slow, deliberate dance, guided not by science, but by tradition. He waves the smoke gently in smooth circular motions. His movements, calm and reverent, are those of the old ways. In the culture of the Maasai, smoke is not just a tool, it is an offering, a language. The bees understand, and they begin to yield. Through the thick hum of swollen eye blinks, Nuka sees him not as a threat but as something else, a presence and a protector. The lion does not move. He simply watches bit by bit. The fury begins to fade. The smoke rich and earthy coils through the weaving, a calming veil over the chaos. The bees are so relentless, only moments before, begin to withdraw their frenzy. Dulled by the ancient rhythm of ash and ember, they lift not all at once, but in pockets like a storm that has finally spent itself, and beneath it all, Lamba remains. His chest rises and falls, and he has ragged heaves. His body, though battered and swollen, lies still twitching from pain, yes, but no longer writhing in panic. The one gleaming eye is now half lit, caked with dust and venom, yet there is life in him still. Gabriel kneels beside him, not as a ranger, but as a witness. He speaks gently, not in command, but in comfort. Words that mean little to a lion, yet carry the weight of solidarity. You're not alone, he murmurs with one hand. He reaches for the radio, his voice firm but low. This is Gabriel Emergency. I've got a lion, a severe bee attack, and a son. Nuka's fast, and then he waits. Not once does he turn away, not for the bees, not for the heat. His gaze remains fixed on the broken king before him. A ranger beside a lion. Two souls caught in a moment of stillness. Not foes, not a legend in man. Just like holding on to the rumble of tires announces their arrival. Two veterinary trucks were racing across the savannah, guided by Gabriel's coordinates. Within minutes, the professionals descend into each movement, precise, practiced, and urgent. They sedate Nuka gently and respectfully, as if understanding that even in this broken state, he's still a king. With swift hands and quiet voices, they set to work. Dozens of stings pepper his golden hide. Angry Nuka raised across his flank, his ears, and his swollen face. A young vet gently cleans around his eyes, now nearly sealed shut, while another inserts an intravenous line delivering life-saving fluids drop by drop. Their work is quiet, reverent. This is no ordinary patient. When Nuka is stable, they carefully lift him onto a stretcher and place him inside a specially modified crate. From there, he's taken to a secluded recovery enclosure nestled deep within the reserve, a place few animals ever see here. Beneath the shade of thick acacias and with constant care, Nuka is given the rarest gift the wild can offer. Time to heal days pass. Then the swelling fades. His breath grows steady. His eyes, those ancient eyes, open once more with clarity. And finally, one morning, the gate is opened. Nuka steps forward, slow but certain, back into the world that nearly claimed him. 1 week later, the plains once again stretch out in tranquil silence. Golden under the fading afternoon sun, Gabriel has returned to his outpost. The hum of distant cicadas is the only sound accompanying his thoughts. He sits alone, gazing across the savannah, wondering if he will ever see the lion again. And then a movement, a rustle in the tall grass, deliberate and calm from the shimmering veil of heat. Nuka emerges, no longer frail, no longer broken. He stands tall, though his movements are slower than before, his mane rustling in the warm breeze like a weathered crown. The scars remain, etched into his skin, silent testaments to his survival. Gabriel does not move. Nuka does not growl or roar. He simply watches, his amber eyes fixed on the man who once walked into a storm of stingers to stand by his side. With quiet dignity, the lion turns and begins to walk away, fading into the endless sea of grass. But before the wild fully claims him, he glances back over his shoulder just once. It is not a look of fear or dominance, but of remembrance. In the heart of the savannah, where beauty and brutality walk hand in hand, a lion and a man had crossed an invisible line. A bond neither would forget. A bond was forged, not by instinct, but by trust. Nuka's scars were not marks of weakness, but emblems of resilience. Gabriel's courage was not the absence of fear, but the presence of compassion. This was not merely a story of survival. It was a moment of surrender, between claw and hand, between venom and smoke, between fear and faith. What do you think of this story? Let us know in the comments section. I hope you liked this story. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss the update from our channel. Thank you.